Hello, my name is Stan Ruth, and I was blessed to be involved with the construction, and I know the history pretty well of the shrine to Mary, Queen of Peace that existed in Bayou, Pigeon for a little over 10 years. We got involved, my wife and I had put up an art show in the old Bon Marché Mall back in February of 1988. We were warned to go home early because of icy streets, but for some reason we stayed until the end of the show, 9 o'clock that Friday night. Two ladies approached us right before closing time. They came up and seeing my display of architectural landmark drawings, they asked if I had a sketch of the church at Medjugorje. I said, no, I know a little bit about Medjugorje, but not much. But I would be glad to do a sketch for you of the church if you could get me photographs or something for reference. Well, a lot of people ask me things like that at shows we do all over, and I never hear from them again. Well, Saturday night when we got home from taking the show down, there was this big fat envelope in the mail. And I saw that it was from her. Now, she was Ms. Pastorate. She'd been to Medjugorje a number of times, knew people that had been, so she gave me all this information. In 1987, Father Termini had been asked to go to Medjugorje to lead a group of pilgrims from New Orleans for a week. It was the second time he'd been asked to go on a trip to Medjugorje, and the first one was 2 weeks. He didn't want to be gone that long. So he took this group to Medjugorje, but in his prayer, after his trip to Medjugorje, he felt like he was being called by Jesus to build a shrine to Mary in Bayou, Pigeon. March 9th, 1988. After we had our experience in the mall, and I'm still trying to find out how I could do what Ms. Pastorate needs. I'm in that stage. Florence Delpas had already had this experience, but she was scared to tell Father Termini. Who's going to believe her? You know? I had a dream that someone came to my bed. They were standing by the side of my bed. I could feel their presence. Then I saw two hands outstretched. Come with me, Florence. At first I was scared, but when I looked at the two hands, I knew it was Jesus. I reached out and took his hands and went with him. The next I knew, I was in the shrine room at St. Joan of Arc Church. Those of you who used to go to St. Joan of Arc realize that there was an air conditioning equipment room behind the altar of the church. Then Jesus told me, wait here for my mother. She is coming. Then I looked at the doorway. As the door opened, I saw a bright light, so bright I had to turn my head. Then Our Lady began to speak. She said she wanted the altar to be where the air conditioning unit is now. Now she said the wall in the back of the altar would not be flat. She wanted her statue to be high enough so anywhere someone was, they could see her face. The back wall of the shrine would be painted a hint of blue. I saw the statue of Our Lady with the clouds under her feet and a crown of 12 stars. Then she went away, and Jesus said it was time for me to go back home. I remember getting back in bed and lying down. I felt so good and happy because I knew I was with Jesus and his mother. Well, it evolved over the first months into what it ended up being. Something to commemorate Jesus' presence in building a shrine to his mother, Queen of Peace, in the chapel basement.